I thought it wasn't working. It's working. This is take 3. Okay, we're going to take a look at properties of other quadrilaterals before we finish up this chapter. We looked at parallelograms pretty thoroughly. We also worked with angles of a regular polygon, how you can figure out what the sum of the interior angles are, what each interior angle is, what each exterior angle is, the sum of the exterior. Go back and look at lesson 8.1. I have an idea for how you will show me what you have learned. I've got to put it together yet. Today we're going to take a look first of all at the other quadrilaterals. A rectangle is a quadrilateral with 4 right angles. Since the opposite angles are congruent, the rectangle is a parallelogram, and all the properties of a parallelogram will be true for a rectangle. So let's review. What are the properties for a parallelogram? Well, the first one I want to remind you of is the definition. It's a quadrilateral with opposite sides parallel. Okay. Opposite sides are also congruent. Didn't want to start with that one. Opposite angles are congruent. Back to this one, I guess. Consecutive angles are supplementary, and diagonals will bisect each other. Okay. If you are trying to prove a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, remember that extra one we had. If one pair of opposite sides should be is, shouldn't it? One pair is both parallel and congruent. You're going to have a parallelogram. Okay, so quick reminder, if this is congruent and parallel, you have a parallelogram. Alrighty. So those are your properties of parallelograms. Okay, so here's an extra one. If a parallelogram is a rectangle, then its diagonals are congruent. Okay, so we're going to run through how we would prove this. Not necessarily, excuse me, not necessarily prove it, but run through how we would. It's a parallelogram. So this side and this side are congruent. This side and this side are congruent. This is parallel to this. We're going to get those diagonals bisect each other. Okay. These opposite angles are going to be congruent. And likewise, these opposite angles congruent. So the two triangles are congruent to each other, and the ones in the middle, of course. The ones in the middle are going to be vertical angles, so they're congruent. Those triangles are congruent. We could get the right and left triangles are congruent. We can also get the two vertical, the top and bottom triangles are congruent. So the sum of the triangles will be congruent. And therefore, we'll get our diagonals are congruent. CPC, TC. Okay. Oh, I know what I missed. I know what I missed on this. I missed that these are right angles. Okay, so when we say those are right angles, then this triangle is congruent to this triangle. And therefore, AC is going to be congruent to DB. There we go. Okay. This one goes backwards. If the diagonals of a parallelogram, notice it's a parallelogram, you've got to meet them halfway, are congruent, then the parallelogram is a rectangle. So since it's a parallelogram, these opposite sides are congruent. This is congruent to itself, and DB and AC are congruent. Okay, so those triangles are congruent by side, side, side. Then these corresponding angles are going to be congruent and make it a right angle, right angles. So the diagonals are congruent, then your parallelogram is a rectangle. A little bit of a truth, now I'll save it, okay? So here's some properties of rectangles. You can pause this and write them down. Okay. Notice these first three are all from parallelograms. This is the definition for a rectangle, a parallelogram with 4 right angles, or diagonal with 4 right angles, excuse me, or quadrilateral with 4 right angles. I was reading this one. And here's the last one we looked at. Diagonals are congruent and bisect each other. Okay. So ABCD is a rectangle. Find x, y, and the length of each diagonal. So it says AM is 5x plus 2, and DB, this whole thing, is 9x plus 8. Okay, what you need to realize is that it's going to take 2 times AM to equal DB. So 2 times the 5x plus 2 equals 9x plus 8. So 10x plus 4 equals 9x plus 8. X will have to equal 4. So x is 4. 5 times 4 is 20 plus 2 is 22. 9 times 4 is 36 plus 8 is 44. And that makes sense. The diagonal will equal 44. X equals 4. I don't see why. Maybe it's on this one. Must have messed up. That happens more than once. Determine if this is a rectangle, parallelogram, or neither. Okay, so we got to plot our points. E is 5, 2. G is 10, 7. H is 8, 1. Oh, okay, I missed F, 7, 8. Okay. Well, opposite sides are definitely parallel. We need to determine if the angles are right angles or if the diagonals are congruent. So it's already a parallelogram. Okay, so this one we went up 6 over 2. So our slope is 3. From F to G, we went over 3, down 1 over 3. And the product of the slopes is -1, so they are perpendicular. Therefore, it's a rectangle as well as a parallelogram. Okay. Oh, let's go back. Let's check to make sure that the diagonals are congruent. Okay, so if we use Pythagorean theorem, this is, or the distance formula, the change in y is 7 and x is 1. So it'd be 7 squared plus 1 squared. 49 plus 1 is 50. So the length of that diagonal is square root of 50. From E to G, Our change in x is 5, our change in y is 5. So 25 plus 25 is also 50. So that second diagonal, EG, is square root of 50. The diagonals are congruent. It's a parallelogram.